Hello all you beautiful people. Now as you can see, my room has a totally different setup and there's a box behind me. It's because I moved and I really like my new lighting in my room because it's very aesthetically pleasing and it's more like bright, you know. Anyway, now this video isn't going to be beauty related like really at all, but I thought it'd be really important to make. So recently I did a research paper in my writing class, senior writing something seminar, and the assignment was to write a persuasive essay about basically like anything. And I wrote mine about feminism. Obviously, if you know me, that's probably assumed that already. And I wrote, what was it? I was trying to persuade people that the advocacy of feminism is still very necessary because men and women are not equal, contrary to popular belief. I could actually make like a whole video about this, but I'm actually gonna keep it limited to like a few subjects. And the first subject I want to talk about is slut shaming, which I cannot stand anyone who slut shames anyone. But I especially can't stand girls who slut shame other girls. And for those of you who don't know what slut shaming is basically calling a girl a slut for doing anything that is slutty, like how she dresses, the sexual acts she chooses to partake in, etc., etc. And it's literally the dumbest thing in the world. And it's not just dumb because it's rude. It's dumb because I never understood the definition of a slut. Like, to my knowledge, a slut is someone who just has sex with a bunch of people, and first of all, that's a really like blurred like definition. Like, how much is a lot? Is 20 a lot but 19 isn't? I never really understood those lines there, and I just feel like it's no one's business what someone does, and I don't understand why you care so much about what that person is doing, you know what I mean? And I feel like if someone wants to dress a certain way, what does it matter? Like, why do you feel the need to call them out and call them a slut? Like, if someone wears a crop top with like booty shorts, does that make them a slut? Does that, like, I don't really get that concept there, and it's really irritating to me when I see that, because I know I've experienced a lot of that. But even without that part, it just irritates me because I feel like people care too much about what other people do and they should really just like mind their own business, and it's just rude, and it hurts people's feelings, and it's just like irrelevant, and I'll never understand why people slut shame, and it's bad. But it also bothers me when I see guys slut shaming as well, because most of the time when I see a guy slut shaming, he'll be calling a girl a slut for like sending like nudes, but then at the same time he'll be asking that girl for nudes, but she's a slut apparently for sending nudes that he asked for in the first place. I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. I do dress a bit more modest now, but I remember in like sophomore year I would just wear like really just like booty shorts and like just revealing clothes like all the time, and then I would, oh my god, I would constantly be called like just rude things like behind my back mostly, but like I would call like a slut and stuff like that, and I'm like, that's not true. I just want to dress a certain way because first of all it's like 90 degrees, and second of all, if I want to dress a certain way and if I like my body and the clothes I'm wearing, what does it matter? Are you that insecure that you can't handle seeing someone show off their body just because you don't want to? Like, why are you all up in my grill? Why? And slut shaming, for the main reason, it's just like a horrible thing to do because it just contributes to rape culture. And rape culture is basically just like, I don't even know how to, let me look this up and then I'll explain it more in depth. Okay, I'm on Wikipedia. Rape culture is a phrase used to describe a culture in which rape is pervasive and normalized due to societal attitudes about gender, sex, and sexuality. Okay, so basically it just means subconsciously, what rape culture does is subconsciously makes people think that rape is okay. Now, most people do know that rape is not okay, but there are I don't want to say minorities because it's not a minority, it's quite a lot of people, but there are a bunch of people that subconsciously in their head, they not really subconsciously either, but because of actions that society just passes off, they think it's okay to rape people. Like slut shaming. I hear it all the time. Like a girl will be wearing like something just really revealing, and then like something happens to her, like she gets like raped or just like sexually harassed, and then people are like, well, I don't know, those shorts were kind of short. Like, that does not mean that someone deserves to get raped. Like, I cannot express this enough. Rape means it's not consensual. So if someone's wearing something, they're not asking to be raped, because that kind of contradicts the meaning of rape. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's not unconsensual, it's consensual. So if someone was raped, they're not asking for it by what they're wearing. It just like makes me so mad, because there's such a double standard in society. Like there's such a big double standard. Like even like going to the beach, like guys, they're allowed to walk around topless, but girls aren't. Like I never, like I don't understand. Like we all have boobs. Maybe guys' boobs are smaller than girls' boobs. Not really, because I've seen lots of guys with bigger boobs than mine. But we all have the same stuff. It's just like more fat in some people's. So I don't understand why it's okay for a guy to walk around shirtless and a girl can't. Like if a girl's walking around shirtless and she happened to get raped, I guarantee like someone's gonna be like, well, you were walking around with your tits out. But if that happened to a guy, no one's gonna say that, because that's okay in society. And I don't understand why there's such a big double standard. It makes me angry, and it's just a very irritating subject to like talk about. So that's why I guess feminists have this stereotypes of being angry, because like they should be, you know? And I don't know. I think a lot of people say they're not a feminist because they don't really understand what it means. And people think that, oh, feminists just like hate men and burn their bras, which is not entirely inaccurate. But literally, being a feminist means that you believe in equality with men and women. So I don't understand why everyone isn't a feminist unless you're just sexist. I don't know, like I don't know why that's such like a hard concept to grasp. All you need to do is like Google it. There you go, you got the correct definition. But yet people have like this misconception of feminists, and so it makes them not want to be one. And I'm like, do you realize that you are dumb? Like I get why dress codes are there. Like for the most part I do. Like obviously you're not supposed to walk around naked, and if you don't say you can't walk around naked, people are gonna walk around naked. But I don't understand why there's so many rules, you know what I mean? Like why do I get in trouble if I'm showing my stomach? Why are you sexualizing my stomach? Like what is there that's so crazy? Like what do I have to hide? I remember sophomore year I used to get so many dress code violations, and I don't understand. Like if the point of a dress code is to keep the learning environment from being disturbed, but you're pulling me out of class just because a guy might look at my thigh, I don't understand that at all. Like why not hold those guys accountable if they get so easily disrupted in their class? Like I don't understand why that's my fault. And that's like another thing that contributes to rape culture, that's saying that it's the girl's fault for disturbing this guy that can't handle looking at a thigh. It's very irritating, and I wish people understood why it's such a bad concept. But unfortunately, they don't. I'm actually gonna like end this video right here because I feel like there's so much more I can talk about, and I think I'm just gonna make like several videos about this because it's such a broad topic. And so yeah, I hope maybe this enlightens some of you on why feminism is very important. Stay woke. Thanks for watching. Bye.